My name is Ahmir Questlove Thompson. I'm a musician and a music lover, and we are here to celebrate and talk of my directorial debut, Summer of Soul.
Nobody ever heard of the Harlem Culture Festival. Nobody would believe that happened.
50,000 beautiful people here in Mount Morris Park.
I gotta admit, I'd never heard of the Harlem Cultural Festival. My producers, Robert Fivelin, Joseph Patel, and David Dennerstein, they showed me that footage. This was real. So.
It was like nothing I'd ever felt before in my life. The concert took my life into color, but then the festival was forgotten.
There were over 47 reels of footage. Miraculously, it sat in Hal Tolson's basement for 50 years. We had to restore it. So that took 5 months alone for them to just go frame by frame by frame, dusting it, making sure that it didn't snap or anything. I gotta say, when we got that footage, it was damn near perfect.
Gladys Knight!
Now, when I stepped on stage, I was totally taken aback because I didn't expect a crowd like that.
And the Pips!
I bet you wondering how I do. Baby, that's pain to make me blue. But some other girl, you knew before. Between the two of us, girls, you know I love you more.
Questlove being able to go out and dig up this film was just, hey, my hat's off to him. I'm telling you.
We had no idea that this is what would come of that lovely concert that we were able to do.
You know, 1969.
At the Marcus Garvey Park.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was the Harlem Cultural Festival that Questlove has turned into an absolute memory for all of us, and it's such an important part of American history.
I'm excited to actually see Billy and Marilyn, who I grew up listening to them as part of the Fifth Dimension and their own stuff. Remember, they had their own variety special back in the day. That's how old I am. So I'm excited to see them perform live.
Me being a DJ is exactly what informed me on how to tell the story. Like, I remember back in school when, we were learning about the story arc, establishing, rising action, climax, falling action, ending. I couldn't quite see it in the way that my teachers back in school wanted me to see storylines. So, again, I actually had to refer to Creative Quest. So I will say that there was a point where I was wondering, like, could I take the same approach that I take to DJing or putting a show together with this movie? And that's exactly what I did.
We want a new life.
A black consciousness revolution.
Harlem in '69 is just full of social change energy. You have the Black Panthers there. You have the Young Lords setting up shop. The Last Poets are born a year earlier. There's as much happening on stage musically as there is happening socially off stage. And we couldn't ignore that.
We need it now.
We have a responsibility to not only get this film out there, but we should also show the people the social and political circumstances with poverty, how the government treats its citizens, how the police treat its citizens, the idea of protesting and letting your voice be heard.
A day after the death of Dr. Martin Luther King, in more than 100 cities, violence broke out.
After the assassination of Martin Luther King, many in the inner city, from Detroit to Philadelphia to Atlanta, like places were just erupting in anger, righteous anger.
It's too late now. We are ready to start. We're going to finish it up.
Not wanting to repeat what happened the summer of '68, the city allowed for this festival to happen just to have something sort of constructive and like, okay, made it the whole summer without one broken storefront.
It was a crazy period. We needed something to really reach out and touch us. We needed that music.
Only a half hour of that festival garnered interest from an upstate New York syndication channel. They showed the festival at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's all that became of it. What's happening now is we're realizing, instead of always trying to pander and please and readjust our lives to make certain people feel safe, let's please ourselves first.
That concert was like a rose coming through cement. It was a good thing for Harlem.
At the end of the day, I think a lot of the no's just came to be because us discovering, Black is beautiful, even in a moment of love, that might have been too threatening to anyone that didn't understand the context that it was coming from.